Alright, we're at your
Radio calls. They're coming at us, heavily armed.
Where are the kids?
in the
There's Urup's men.
Got it. Can't get rid of these guys.
Okay, we just pushed your last two.
Maintain formation.
Copy.
Contact one. Stay right.
Shit.
They are here. Soldiers.
We're hit. Yeah, feels that way.
Approaching Xville, straight ahead.
Okay, I got you. Yep.
60 seconds out. Right. Go right.
Yeah?
Hold on.
Our team's waiting for us at the end of the...
No!
Get going, Nick! Get... Nick, get to the... That's empty! Hey. Floor, south side. You trust me? On my way.
Let's go. Let's go.
Nick, hands up.
The door! Tyler!
Sergo!
Hey guys! Today we're diving headfirst into the adrenaline-pumping, bone-crunching world of extraction. Get ready for a ride through Dhaka, Bangladesh, where explosions are frequent and personal space is a myth. We kick things off with our main man, Tyler Rake, played by the perpetually jacked Chris Hemsworth. He's got that rugged, tortured soul vibe down pat. Seen here meditating by a lake, looking like he's contemplating whether to meditate more or just punch something. A quick flashback gives us a glimpse of his eventual explosive end on a bridge. But don't worry, we're going to get to that later. First, let's see how he gets there. If you had a good time with this, a like and a subscribe is a free way to help me keep making more. Meanwhile, in a bustling, vibrant world that's anything but serene, we meet Ovi Mahajan Jr. He's the son of India's biggest drug lord, Ovi Sr., and he's just trying to have a good time at a party. But as often happens when your dad is a major crime boss, fun times are fleeting. Suddenly, a group of masked men, led by the ruthlessly charming Amir Asif, swoop in and snatch Ovi Jr. right out of the festivities. It's a quick, brutal snatch and grab, leaving chaos and a very worried family in their wake. The stakes are immediately set. This kid is a pawn in a much bigger, much deadlier game. With Ovi Jr. gone, his father, Ovi Sr., is in a bit of a bind. He's behind bars and utterly powerless. That's a pretty tough spot to be in, even for a criminal kingpin. So he turns to his most trusted man, Saju, played by the incredibly intense Randeep Hooda. Saju, a former Special Forces operator, is tasked with getting Ovi Jr. back, no matter the cost. His loyalty isn't just a job. It's a matter of family honor and survival, as his own family is held by Ovi Sr. as leverage. This ain't just a rescue mission. It's a pressure cooker situation with lives on the line. And Saju's got his own ticking clock to worry about. Back to Rake, who's probably just finished perfecting his 1,000-yard stare, when his handler, Nick Khan, played by the formidable Gulshifta Farahani, rolls up. She's got a job for him and it's not delivering pizzas. The target? Ovi Mahajan Jr. The location? Dhaka, Bangladesh, which is basically Amir Asif's personal playground. This mission is high risk, high reward, and has suicide mission written all over it. Nick lays out the grim details. Ovi's being held by a rival drug lord, and Saju's earlier attempt to get him back through negotiation failed spectacularly. This isn't just a snatch and grab. It's a full-on war zone entry. Rake, ever the professional, wastes no time gearing up. We see him methodically preparing, a silent ritual of a man who knows exactly what he's getting into. Then a quick transition, and he's flying into Dhaka. The city below is a sprawling, chaotic tapestry of life brimming with millions of people, making it the perfect place for a kid to get lost and a mercenary to get very, very busy. The sheer density of the environment immediately tells you this isn't going to be a walk in the park. It's going to be a sprint through a labyrinth of concrete and humanity, with danger lurking around every corner and alleyway. This place practically hums with tension. Once on the ground, Rake moves like a ghost. He scales walls, bypasses security with unsettling ease, and makes his way into the compound where Ovi is being held. Every movement is precise, calculated, a silent promise of the storm that's about to break. He's not just a brute. He's a highly trained operator, and the early scenes showcase this wonderfully. The air is thick with anticipation as he breaches the inner sanctum, knowing that any second, the quiet could explode into a cacophony of gunfire and shouts. It's the calm before the brutal, beautiful storm that is Rake's signature move. And just like that, Rake finds Ovi. He kicks open a door, and there's the kid, tied up, looking absolutely terrified. Before Ovi can even process what's happening, Rake has already dispatched a guard with brutal efficiency. There's no time for pleasantries or emotional reunions. It's straight into action. Rake's presence is commanding, but he's also trying to reassure a kid who's just had his world turned upside down. The swiftness of his movements, the suddenness of the violence, it's a jarring but necessary start to their unlikely partnership. The silence of the infiltration is shattered by the crack of a bone and a choked gasp. The moment Ovi is free, the entire compound erupts. Bullets start flying, explosions rattle the building, and Rake becomes a human shield, dragging Ovi through the chaos. It's a symphony of destruction, with the metallic clang of casings hitting the floor and the distinct whiz of bullets flying past. Rake moves with a terrifying grace, dispatching enemies left and right, never losing sight of his primary objective, getting Ovi out alive. The sheer volume of gunfire is deafening, and you can practically feel the concussive force of the explosions through the screen. It's a truly visceral escape sequence. They burst out onto the street where a getaway car is waiting. Rake shoves Ovi inside, and they peel out, tires squealing in protest as more armed thugs pour out of the compound. The sounds of breaking glass and shouts fill the air as they narrowly escape the immediate danger. It's not a clean getaway by any stretch of the imagination. More like a controlled crash through a gauntlet of angry, armed individuals. The raw energy of the scene, the desperate scramble for even a few seconds of lead time, truly sets the tone for the non-stop action this movie is famous for. Just another Tuesday for Rake, I suppose. And then, the first big set piece, a car chase through the impossibly crowded streets of Dhaka. Rake, showing off his unexpected driving skills, weaves through traffic, dodging tuk-tuks, motorcycles, and market stalls. Pursuing vehicles are hot on their tail, making this less of a drive and more of a demolition derby. The metallic crunch of cars colliding and the constant blare of horns create a symphony of urban chaos. It's a breathtaking sequence that truly highlights the logistical nightmare of fighting through such a dense environment. Honestly, trying to get anywhere in rush hour traffic is a fight, but this is next level. Just when you think Rake might actually get a moment to breathe, the movie hits you with a curveball. Saju, the man who hired them, suddenly rams Rake's vehicle. Plot twist, anyone? It turns out Saju's been playing his own game, trying to retrieve Ovi for himself to pay off Ovi Sr.'s debt and save his own family, thereby cutting Rake's team out of the reward. Now, Rake isn't just fighting one enemy. He's fighting two, one of whom he thought was on his side. The sudden shift in alliances ups the ante significantly, transforming a simple extraction into a desperate fight for survival against multiple, well-armed factions. The car chase intensifies as Rake battles Saju's men from within and around their respective vehicles. It's an acrobatic display of vehicular combat, with bullets tearing through metal and glass. Rake shows incredible skill, leaning out of the window to return fire, while simultaneously trying to protect Ovi. The sheer desperation of the moment is palpable, as both sides are fighting with everything they have, each knowing that failure isn't an option. The thump-thump of gunfire is relentless, punctuated by the screech of tires and grinding metal. It's a testament to Rake's resourcefulness, even when caught off guard by a supposed ally. Eventually, Rake's car crashes into a barrier, leaving him and Ovi seemingly trapped. Saju's men swarm them, along with some of Amir Asif's crew who have now joined the party. They're cornered, outnumbered, and outgunned. This is where Rake really shines, though. He's never truly out of options, just temporarily inconvenienced. The feeling of claustrophobia and impending doom is thick in the air. The shouts, the cocking of weapons, it all coalesces into a moment of extreme tension before the inevitable explosion of violence. It's like a really bad surprise party, but with way more bullets and less cake. Rake and Ovi find themselves on a bridge, but it's not a scenic overlook. Saju is there, and the tension between the two skilled mercenaries is thick enough to cut with a knife. Words are exchanged, accusations hurled, and the realization dawns on Rake that this isn't just about money. It's about survival for both of them. The unspoken history, the shared skill, and the current betrayal all hang heavy in the air. This standoff, framed against the backdrop of a bustling but suddenly silent bridge, feels like the prelude to something truly epic. You can practically hear the dramatic sting in the background. The verbal sparring quickly escalates into a brutal, visceral hand-to-hand fight between Rake and Saju. These aren't just street brawlers. These are trained killers, and every punch, kick, and grapple is delivered with bone-shattering force. The sound of fists connecting with flesh is sickeningly realistic, and you can practically feel the impact. It's a clash of titans, fueled by different motivations but equally desperate. The fight is relentless, showcasing their immense strength and combat experience, proving that sometimes your biggest challenge comes from someone just as skilled as you are, if not more so. A true unstoppable force meets immovable object scenario. With both Saju's men and Asif's forces closing in, Rake realizes the bridge is a death trap. In a moment of sheer desperation and tactical genius, he grabs Ovi and pulls him over the edge, sending them plummeting into the murky river below. The splash is loud, but the momentary silence after their fall is even louder, as everyone above tries to figure out where they went. It's a breathtaking escape, trading certain death for an uncertain future in the dark, cold water. This move really highlights Rake's think outside the box or off the bridge mentality. Underwater, the struggle continues. The river is dark, claustrophobic, and filled with unseen dangers. Rake has to drag a panicking Ovi through the water, navigating currents and avoiding detection from above. It's a stark contrast to the explosive action above ground, a moment of quiet, desperate survival. The sounds are muffled, the visibility poor, adding to the tension. Rake, a fish out of water in the concrete jungle, is surprisingly adept at navigating the aquatic escape, proving his versatility. You can almost feel the chill of the water and the drag of the currents as they move silently through the depths. They eventually emerge from the river, soaked to the bone and shivering, but alive. Rake quickly finds a dilapidated building, a temporary hideout, offering a brief moment of respite from the relentless pursuit. The exhaustion is visible on both their faces, the physical toll of the non-stop action evident. This short pause allows for a moment of reflection, a chance to assess their situation, and for Ovi to finally catch his breath. It's not a five-star hotel, but any port in a storm, right? The silence inside the building is a welcome, albeit temporary, relief after the aquatic ordeal. During this brief lull, Rake unexpectedly opens up to Ovi about his own past. He talks about losing his son to lymphoma, a profound tragedy that explains his stoic demeanor and his reckless approach to life. It's a raw, emotional moment that humanizes Rake, transforming him from a simple mercenary into a grieving father seeking a form of redemption. Ovi, too, shares his fear and loneliness, creating an unexpected bond between the two. Who knew Rake had feelings under all that muscle and gunfire? This scene adds a crucial layer of character development to our action hero. The relative calm is shattered by a call from Ghazi, Rake's local contact. The news isn't good. Amir Asif has placed a massive bounty on Ovi's head, turning the entire city, including corrupt police and rival gangs, into hunters. Now it's not just Asif's men they need to worry about. It's practically everyone. This instantly ratchets up the tension and reminds us that their brief respite was just that. Brief. The entire city of Dhaka has become a hostile hunting ground, and Rake and Ovi are the prey. The feeling of being completely surrounded just went from bad to, oh no, not this again. Meanwhile, we get a clearer look at our primary antagonist, Amir Asif. He's not just some random thug. He's a calculating, ruthless drug lord who holds significant sway over Dhaka. From his lavish, Almost theatrical office, he commands his forces, making it clear that he will stop at nothing to get Ovi back. Or rather, ensure he doesn't get back. His smug confidence and casual cruelty make him a truly formidable villain, a shadowy puppeteer pulling the strings of the city's criminal underworld. He's the kind of guy who probably has ruthless efficiency on his LinkedIn profile. The movie then effectively conveys the suffocating feeling of being hunted. Shots of patrol cars, armed gangs, and desperate civilians all looking for Rake and Ovi paint a grim picture. Every face is a potential threat, every shadow a hiding place for an enemy. The city itself becomes an active participant in the hunt, its labyrinthine streets and bustling markets transformed into a sprawling trap. The rhythmic hum of distant sirens and the constant chatter of unseen enemies make it clear there's no safe haven left in Dhaka for our duo. It's like a really bad game of hide-and-seek where everyone else has a gun. As Rake and Ovi try to move through another part of the city, they're ambushed in an apartment building. The sudden shattering of glass and the rapid-fire succession of gunshots signify that the enemy has found them again. This isn't an open street fight. It's close-quarters, claustrophobic combat. Rake immediately goes into overdrive, his instincts taking over as he shoves Ovi to safety and returns fire. The concussive blasts of the muzzle flashes and the splintering of wood create an auditory assault, plunging them back into the heart of the action. Rake, ever resourceful, picks up a riot shield and uses it to systematically clear a hallway. He moves with a brutal, almost mechanical efficiency, shielding Ovi as he methodically takes down enemy after enemy. The tight confines of the hallway amplify the sounds of the struggle. The heavy thud of bodies, the metallic clatter of dropped weapons, and Rake's grunts of effort. It's a masterclass in tactical close-quarters combat, demonstrating that Rake is not just strong but smart and adaptable, always finding a way to minimize risk to Ovi, even if it means putting himself in maximum danger. The fight spills outside as Rake, still burdened with Ovi, initiates a daring vertical escape. He rappels down the side of the building, shooting enemies below and above, making it look almost effortless. The sheer audacity of the move is breathtaking, a death-defying descent where every foothold and every shot counts. You can almost feel the wind whistling past and the strain in his muscles. It's a testament to the film's dedication to relentless action, finding new ways to put our heroes in peril, and new ways for Rake to escape with minimal fuss. Just maximum body count. Their escape continues across the rooftops, with Rake having to pull a hesitant Ovi across wide, terrifying gaps between buildings. The height is dizzying, the landings precarious, and the constant threat of discovery is ever present. These aren't just jumps. They're acts of faith, with Ovi putting his life entirely in Rake's hands. The visual cue of the distant city sprawling beneath them emphasizes the isolation and danger of their position. It's like a really intense game of the floor is lava, but the lava is a long, painful drop to the street below. Okay, buckle up, because here's where things get really spicy. We enter the legendary one-shot sequence, an 11-minute continuous take that's a marvel of choreography and filmmaking. It kicks off with another chaotic car chase, this time with Rake driving a truck through the unbelievably congested streets. It's a relentless onslaught of near misses, screeching tires, and the constant threat of collision, all designed to keep you on the absolute edge of your seat. The camera never cuts, pulling you right into the thick of the action, making every swerve and every impact feel incredibly personal and visceral. The sound design during this sequence is just phenomenal, a true auditory feast of chaos. The one shot then seamlessly transitions from car to foot. Rake and Ovi ditch their vehicle and sprint through the labyrinthine alleyways and bustling markets of Dhaka. The camera follows them relentlessly, mirroring their desperate energy. The sounds of their heavy breathing, the thud of their boots on pavement, and the bewildered shouts of market vendors fill the audio space. It's a breathless pursuit, with the environment itself becoming a character, a complex maze that offers both cover and deadly choke points. You feel every step, every desperate turn, making it incredibly immersive. The continuous shot moves indoors, bringing us into a harrowing sequence of interior combat. Rake fights his way through buildings, down stairwells and through claustrophobic rooms. often engaging multiple enemies in brutal hand-to-hand combat while still managing to hold on to Ovi. The crack of a punch, the metallic clang of weapons, and the desperate grunts of effort create an intimate and terrifying auditory landscape. It's a masterclass in dynamic action, showcasing Rake's raw fighting prowess and his unwavering commitment to his charge. You just know Hemsworth went home sore after filming this. Just when you think you've seen it all, Rake and Ovi find themselves on a rooftop, and Rake, being Rake, decides the quickest way down is a zip line, while still shooting at people naturally. The camera follows, swinging with them, creating a dizzying sense of motion. The wind rushing past, the distant city lights, and the continued gunfire combine into a sensory overload. It's an incredible display of stunt work and camera operation, maintaining the illusion of a single, unbroken take. The seamless transition from rooftop to street level, all while dodging bullets, is truly astonishing. The one shot then plunges us into the grimy depths of the city's sewers. It's a brief, claustrophobic respite, with the sounds of dripping water and their own labored breathing filling the air. Rake guides Ovi through the dark, cramped tunnels, trading open combat for the unseen dangers of the underground. It's definitely not a five-star hotel, but it offers a temporary escape from the relentless pursuit above. This segment adds another layer to their desperate journey, proving no corner of the city is off limits for their escape, or for the camera work, for that matter. The 11-minute one-shot sequence finally concludes as Rake and Ovi find a momentary lull, both panting heavily, utterly exhausted, but alive. They've navigated an entire gauntlet of death and come out the other side. The relief is palpable, not just for the characters, but for the audience who have been holding their breath alongside them. This sequence is a testament to the film's dedication to immersive action, setting a new benchmark for how action scenes can be choreographed and filmed. It's an absolute triumph of filmmaking and a highlight of the entire movie, leaving a lingering impression of the chaos they just endured. Just when Rake and Ovi catch their breath, Saju reappears. This time, however, he's not an enemy. He offers to help, realizing that their common goal of getting Ovi to safety outweighs their personal vendettas. It's an uneasy alliance, born out of necessity rather than trust, but a crucial one given the overwhelming odds. The air crackles with unspoken tension, but the desperate situation forces them to work together. It's a classic enemy of my enemy is my temporary, slightly annoying ally situation, adding a fascinating dynamic to the remaining mission. With Saju now on their side, a new plan quickly forms. Get Ovi to the extraction point on the main bridge. Rake and Saju, despite their past hostilities, become a surprisingly effective team, their tactical minds working in sync. The discussion is brief, precise, and underscores the high stakes of their mission. Every decision, every route chosen, could mean the difference between Ovi's freedom and their collective demise. The atmosphere is thick with grim determination, as they brace for what they know will be the final, most brutal push. It's the moment where all the chess pieces are finally moved into place. Their journey to the bridge takes them through the densely packed, visually overwhelming slums of Dhaka. Rake and Saju move with practiced caution, their eyes constantly scanning for threats among the throngs of people. Every corner, every doorway holds potential danger. The sheer volume of people, the narrow walkways, and the constant hum of activity create a sensory tapestry that is both vibrant and incredibly dangerous. It's a reminder of the human element, the countless lives that exist in the backdrop of their violent mission, and the anonymity it offers to those seeking to blend in or hide, even with a plan. The path to the bridge is fraught with danger. They encounter a small but intense skirmish in a narrow alley. Saju, using his tactical expertise, provides covering fire, allowing Rake to pull Ovi through the gunfire. The quick, sharp bursts of gunfire echo in the confined space, creating a jarring, immediate threat. It's a testament to their combined skills and their growing trust as they move as a single, deadly unit. The coordinated action is a beautiful, albeit violent, dance of survival. Teamwork makes the dream work, even if the dream involves dodging a lot of bullets. Finally, the bridge comes into view. It's a massive, sprawling structure teeming with people and vehicles, and it represents both their salvation and their final gauntlet. The sight of it in the distance, juxtaposed with the exhausted faces of Rake and Saju, builds an incredible sense of anticipation. They know what's coming. A full-scale assault, a desperate sprint through a war zone to get Ovi to the extraction helicopter. The air is thick with the weight of expectation, the quiet before the storm of their last, most brutal fight. This is where all the chips are on the table, and then all hell breaks loose. The bridge erupts into a massive, multi-sided battle. Amir Asif's forces, corrupt police, and even some of Ovi Sr.'s men who might be after the bounty, all converge. The sounds of gunfire are deafening, explosions rock the structure, and chaos reigns. Rake and Saju become pillars of pure combat efficiency, fighting back to back, cutting a path through the overwhelming number of enemies. It's a symphony of destruction, beautifully choreographed and intensely visceral, leaving no doubt that this is the film's grand, explosive finale. It's like a really bad traffic jam, but with way more grenades. In a truly heartbreaking yet heroic moment, Saju makes the ultimate sacrifice. Realizing they're about to be overrun, he charges headlong into a wave of enemies, drawing their fire and creating a crucial diversion for Rake and Ovi. The scene is quick, brutal, and impactful, underscored by the sounds of desperate struggle and then a sudden, tragic silence. His death isn't just a plot device. It's the culmination of his desperate mission to save his family, even if it costs him his own life. A true bro move, if ever there was one. The sound of his last gasp is almost lost amidst the battle's roar. With Saju gone, Rake is once again Ovi's sole protector. He shields the boy with his own body, taking punishing hits and returning fire with a grim determination. His movements are heavier now, his injuries taking their toll, but his resolve remains unbreakable. The sound of bullets tearing through fabric and flesh is constant, a brutal reminder of the sheer volume of firepower directed at them. He's a one-man army, fueled by a singular purpose, pushing past the pain to ensure Ovi's survival. The thump, thump, thump of his heart matches the frantic pace of the scene. Just when it seems Rake might be overwhelmed, a distant crack echoes through the bridge's chaos. It's Ghazi, Rake's old contact, providing crucial sniper support from a rooftop vantage point. His precise shots pick off key targets, momentarily alleviating the pressure on Rake. It's a subtle but effective act of solidarity, a reminder that Rake isn't entirely alone in this fight, even if his immediate allies are few. The thwip of a bullet finding its mark, followed by a distant thud, offers a satisfying, albeit brief, moment of tactical relief. Rake, battered and bleeding, makes his final desperate push. He clears a path for Ovi, urging him to run towards the waiting extraction helicopter. His movements are slower, each punch and shot costing him dearly, but the fire in his eyes is still burning. He's running on pure adrenaline and sheer will, determined to fulfill his mission even at the cost of his own life. The relentless sound of combat intensifies one last time, a crescendo before the sudden, agonizing silence. He's like a superhero, but one who feels every single punch and bullet. Then, the heartbreaking moment. A bullet finds its mark, and Rake, already at his breaking point, stumbles. He looks at Ovi one last time, a silent farewell, before falling from the bridge into the river below. The splash is almost an afterthought amidst the lingering echoes of gunfire, but the sudden silence that follows is deafening. It's a poignant, tragic end to his journey, a sacrifice made for a boy he barely knew, but for whom he found a renewed sense of purpose. It's a moment that reminds you that not every hero gets to walk off into the sunset. With Rake gone, Ovi is finally pulled into the helicopter by Nick Khan, safe from the carnage on the bridge. The mission is complete, but the victory is bittersweet, tainted by the heavy cost. Ovi looks back at the bridge, a silent acknowledgement of the man who gave his life for him. The helicopter ascends, leaving the chaos behind, carrying Ovi away to a future he almost didn't have. The roar of the helicopter blades drowns out the lingering sounds of the battle, creating a sense of finality for this harrowing chapter. He's safe, but the scars will surely last a lifetime. 9 months pass. We see Ovi back in India, swimming peacefully in a pool at his home. He's alive, he's safe, and he's clearly still processing everything that happened. The vibrant colors of his home are a stark contrast to the grim, dusty streets of Dhaka. He's no longer the terrified kid, but a survivor, marked by his ordeal. It's a quiet moment, allowing both him and the audience to breathe and contemplate the journey. This scene truly highlights the lingering psychological impact of such a traumatic experience, even for those who make it out alive. As Ovi surfaces from the water, he looks up and sees a blurred figure standing by the poolside, watching him. Is it Rake? Is it a ghost? Is it just Ovi's imagination, a lingering hope born from trauma? The film leaves it tantalizingly ambiguous, a perfect cliffhanger that sparked countless fan theories. It suggests that perhaps, just perhaps, our seemingly indestructible mercenary might have cheated death yet again, leaving a glimmer of hope for a future encounter. This ending ensures you'll be thinking about Rake long after the credits roll, wondering if he really is too tough to die. A truly iconic did he or didn't he moment. And that, my friends, is Extraction. It's a movie that doesn't just entertain. It grabs you by the throat and doesn't let go until the very end. Beyond the explosions and the incredible stunts, it's a story about sacrifice, unexpected connections, and finding purpose in the most desolate of places. Rake's journey, fraught with pain and violence, ultimately leads to a moment of redemption through protecting Ovi. It's a testament to the human spirit's resilience, even amidst profound tragedy. Remember, sometimes the greatest battles are fought not with guns, but with the quiet courage to protect what truly matters. Thanks for joining me on this wild ride.